There you go, don't worry about it. The screen will resize itself for you. You're worried about that, don't worry about it. It's gonna fix itself. So welcome on in, welcome back to our channel for the newest episode of Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations in the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, part of my Ace Attorney chronology series. And the following episode may contain copious amounts of French. You have been warned. I need to get that disclaimer out of the way, I feel like, based on what happened last time. But welcome in, everyone in Twitch land. Welcome in YouTube land as well. We just had a big raid before we got started on Twitch side, so we got a lot of people getting in and chilled. We are hoping for the best. And we are hoping that all of you in YouTube land enjoy the highlight. If you do enjoy it, don't forget to let me know with a like and comment down below. And feel free to go further with your love and support to subscribe and click the bell as well, wherever that may be now, so you can get notifications when future uploads are made on the channel. If you're interested in more of this, my Ace Attorney adventure, my grand Ace Attorney adventure through all the games in-game timeline order. If you're interested in that, make sure you click subscribe and click the bell so you get those pushed to your inbox, hopefully. With all that said, we load and get back into recipe for turnabout 3-3 of the game. And we had a fun time with starting out our investigations into a very quaint and rather overstimulating cafe of sorts, where an incident of poison in the coffee happened. And a very unfortunate young lady who we have met before, in a previous outing, ended up getting done in for it, but we're trying to prove that they did not do it. We also met the flamboyant owner slash manager slash cook of the cafe, Jean Armstrong, who we are giving him such a wonderful, whimsical French accent. We wonder if we'll meet them again today. We also met an old perv in the park, because of course they have the hotties for the girls in waitress outfits. Maya had a go at being a waitress at some point as well. And wow, things happen, definitely. We also picked up a lot of evidence that hopefully we can use. Maybe some evidence of laundering and having to pay off a massive debt. That could be a motive for something going down here. But with all that said, we continue our adventure as we go to January 7th, 9:40 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. And here is our poor girl. Unlucky as a police officer, and now unlucky as a mere waitress. Wherever Maggie Bird goes, bad misfortune is sure to follow, unfortunately.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir! Scout's honor!
I don't know who's screaming Maggie, but here we go. Find out who did. Maggie!
Ah! It's a gumshoe!
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. Don't forget to eat well, okay? Plenty of pot noodles for you, alright?
Roger!
Hey, you! Yes? You better square this case away, you got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Why does that feel, like, oddly threatening, even from Gumshoe? Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest! Oh gosh, I think he's serious.
Hey, detective! You're in our side for once, right?
Yup.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course! I got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. That's pretty much the modus operandi. You're the first one that comes up, and you're thus the first one that I have to pick apart. Pick apart like a pickled pepper from the pawpaw tree, or the pickly paw from the prickly pear. If you pick the wrong paw, next time beware. Don't pick the prickly pear with the paw. If you have to pick the pear, use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw when you pick the paw from the pawpaw. Okay, we're forming the united front today, pal. You get me? Okay, then. A united front. I'm sure that's a charge statement if I was said in another context, but that's fine. Got your childhood there, right there with the Jungle Book.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should go all pretty smoothly today, huh?
Maya, you had to say it! I can only wish, and you just said it. You literally did the, what's the worst that could happen before we do a big thing, and thus now the worst is going to happen. Good job, Maya, you jinxed it. January 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. And let's get started. Judgy boys back in town. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Number 1, Cup of Joe. Ah, bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just, whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was... You talking to me? It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me! That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty? I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or a backhand. So, Mr. Godot, after your coffee, your opening statement, please. Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we'll find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I am the real Phoenix Wright! I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied lore or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for one reason or another. Right, now if the prosecution and the defense are about ready to kiss and make up, as everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me! Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. As I said, we pick the prickly paw from the gumshoe tree. Let's start with formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, the gumshoe. Other way around, Detective. Huh? Sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was in on the initial investigations tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sakes.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll for Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. Thank you. Oh god, potassium cyanide poisoning? So are you sure that the stuff didn't smell vaguely like almonds? Okay. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Got ya? Here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. And probably no wonder this restaurant seems to be going under without any people. There's hardly any room for any customers. 4 tables that are just 2 each? God damn. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused? Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Ah yes, the old pervy man we see in the park. It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Alright. Très bien, floor plans added to the court record. Blueprints for the crime scene. X marks the victim's seat. Come, detective, take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. It's time for a good old-fashioned... Looks like it's time for a good old-fashioned Gumshoe testimony. When the incident took place, the victim was alone in his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Now that I would know from experience. It's definitely not a seasoning you want to put in your pot noodles, let me tell you that much. And it looks like Miss Boyd might have had, well, some kind of a motive. Did she, though? Is that immediately the thing that I need to be, like, getting him on? Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. You've probably been drinking too much coffee. You're probably gonna get a coffee bean overdose, a caffeine overdose. Oh, the facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you, that wasn't me! Look, did I roar like... Do I normally roar like a tiger to you, Judge? Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright then, are we still safe to press everything? Because I like to press everything, because I like flavor text and I like to perform. We're gonna go for it! Hold it! Can I stop you just for a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He is so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying! I believe you die of water poisoning before caffeine overdose. I mean, yeah, I guess, like, the majority of coffee is water, unless you get a straight espresso, like, shot in. And it sounds like that's what Godot likes to have, coffee blacker than his soul. So that suggests a very strong espresso type thing. And a big mug of it as well, like, wow. Your testimony doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said. And I... Objection! What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. Their 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? I guess do it until it gets us, actually in trouble. Press harder. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps our view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument's as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, trite. Huh? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? It looks more like a photo to me. Yes. A one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef. Moments after the poisoning took... this is a scene as witnessed by the chef? Moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I don't know why I sounded like Godot for a moment there, but maybe I could pull it off. Bailey, fetch me some coffee, stat! I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Ah! Well, that's a great start to proceedings. It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Crime photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen, added to the court record. Well, I've got it anyway. I'm gonna take a point here to actually see the evidence that I have. I have my badge, my Magatama, my MacGuffin. Magazine clipping from December 5th, the original trial done by the phony Phoenix. Or should I say, Zinhop. We got the sports paper with the scribbles on it left by the victim. The job listings magazine. The absolutely horrid lobster abalone, whatever that is. The loan contract that Jean's $500,000 in debt. A scooter ridden by my phony Zinhop impersonator. Glenn's autopsy report and the Tribune floor plans and the crime scene photo. Okay, nothing suggests... Nothing there suggests anything to me, but, we can always see. Around 75 to 100 cups of coffee is estimated to be lethal to a 70-kilo adult, which would definitely kill by water toxicity before the caffeine would. There's science for you in that one. Alright, let's keep pressing. Hold it! He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece?
Alright, what should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? All the ways until it actually bites you in the behind. Press... And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? Eh? How should I know? Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Maya, what was your first clue? Detective, could you tell us about the poison and how was it used? Okay, so the radio is unfortunately irrelevant at the current point, but didn't we get the notification that maybe with all the lottery tickets that he had around the table, was the victim trying to get a number from the lottery? I think that was, like, hinted at. I don't know if explicitly said out loud, but I think it was hinted at. I guess we'll have to wait and see later, but for now, traces of the poison found in the cup. Okay. Hold it! So traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, Pale. Was the poison a liquid? Or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper? Objection! Number 2. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. Damn people and their various ways to enjoy the cup of joe. It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee. And again, we press harder, just in case. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right! That's what I thought. Objection! In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. Eh? For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? Gumshoe, you're an idiot. This! Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Because I'm still feeling like... Ow. Oh, now I remember! This is the, victim's coffee cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at that rim. Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There is clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. Number 3. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him like this. Ah! And for the record, the only prints in the cup were the victims and the defendants. Well, this is going just superbly for me right now. Coffee cup that contained the potassium cyanide covered in the fingerprints and covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints. Upon further review investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. And it was potassium cyanide, okay? Hold it! Potassium cyanide? I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe? It's, that stuff's lethal! Eat too much in your history.
How much is too much?
Do not have the forbidden potassium. Do not have the forbidden sweetener, don't do it. A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. It's about enough to finish anyone off.
0.2 grams? How much is that?
You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much. Well, despite the very gross, approximation, it sounds like something Gumshoe's got quite an abundance of, earwax. Ooh, such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And Miss Bird might have had some kind of a motive, you know what I mean. Hold it! Some kind of a motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. Objection! You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another. I don't get it. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, Detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe! She was... they said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it! That's what we heard yesterday, too! It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000!
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Press on this point a little harder or not? What am I thinking? I always press. Come on. Yes, the Maggie notification. Wait a minute! The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared is in no way implicates my client. Huh. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search. Of the defendant. What?! Oh, this is going so well for me right now. Order, order. She's quite a lucky bird, her little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I better keep an eye on that ticket, the way the judge's voice is quivering. He's gonna go for it himself if he's not careful. A winning ticket for $500,000! $500,000! Yes, I am saying that. That's like Dr. Evil. Yes, I am. Found during a body search of Maggie and in the court record, but probably not soon to be because the judge is eyeing out like a gazelle watching a cheetah in the outback. Or should I say the savannah? If I'm saying outback, that's Australia. Yes, indeed, Astro, the pinky to the lip. Yes, indeed, Dr. Evil. Gotta love him. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. $500,000 smackadoodles? You bet your sweet bippy anyone would want it. Hey, I would like that, too. But yeah. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, did you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime for which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who's weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie's starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. Number 4. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie! This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen.
But that stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Huh. Seems the star of our play is a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee?! That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye! Of course. The coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course. I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? What about the pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What?! Order, order! The court will accept these items into evidence. Alright, apron to the court record, worn by Maggie at the time of the incident, has a small pocket but big stains. One definitely coffee. The other one is a red substance unknown. Somebody was very bad with the ketchup decorations on the omurice. Or there was a blood, there was a kind of an altercation and thus there was blood. We'll have to wait and see. And then the potassium cyanide vial bears Maggie's fingerprints found in her apron pockets.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Oh, I see where this is going! I see where this is going! Okay, you see the color of Godot's visor? Do you see the color of Godot's visor? He's literally seeing everything with rose-tinted glasses. So anything that's red, pretty much everything that's like stain related would look red to Godot. So he's assuming that what's actually coffee is coffee, but what's actually blood is also coffee because they look the same to him. Oh boy! You made a mistake by picking out a red-colored visor, my friend. Ketchup decorations on the what? The omu rice. It is a particularly popular Japanese cuisine. You take some rice, probably like do some sort of fried rice situation to it, like an egg fried rice or a chicken fried rice or whatever fried rice, and then you make a egg omelet in such a way that you coat the rice and give it like a big like egg coat. So you get like this egg omelet thing, but it's filled with rice, and very often a topping for an omu rice, particularly if you get it from a cafe situation, is ketchup. Sometimes it's done with like a demi-glace sauce or any other kind of curry sauce kind of deal, but yeah, particularly if you go to like a cute cafe situation, they usually would make you an omu rice, and would decorate it with ketchup, writing, probably a heart on something like that, and yeah. I'd say look up an anime about a cafe, you'd probably see it happen, or some sort of cooking anime, you'll probably like see it done there at some point, I'd say. Yeah, Godot literally has Virtual Boy vision, rose-tinted glasses everywhere. Literally, rose-tinted visor.
Oh, don't play games, prosecutor! The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron!
That's ridiculous! No one told me anything about a blood stain! But you don't need to be told, just look at it! Well, detective, could the stain really be blood? No way, sir! That's, it's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? She must have gotten someone their apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
Oh, you could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe!
Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. That's not the worst punishment that I can imagine because I'm a ketchup fiend. Give me a sizable amount of money for it, I'd do it. I can relate to Godot in the red glasses. I had red-tinted lenses for a while to help with migraines. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh no, not the headphones, but if you want to go to bed now, please go and do that. And thank you for the raid again, Shadow. We appreciate it. And please rest up well, my dear. For everybody else still sticking around, thank you for doing so. Hope you're enjoying what you're listening to here. I thought everyone knew what it was already.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case.
Duh.
The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence? They all have been clearly established.
Well, trite. It seems you really are a phony after all. Ah, you really know how to drive a man nuts! You really know how to drive him nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
Okay, so the first testimony was literally just to gather more evidence, and now probably we're gonna try and poke holes in it. Alright. The crime was reported at 2:25 PM by a kinda scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. Must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And there was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. For once, you're going to get a brownie point. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. Let's get ready to cross-examine! Here we go, let's get ready to press! Hold it! Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. Oh, okay, we're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them. And seats. Siege? Huh. It was nothing. I caught each of them with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godot could avoid being attacked by that guy. But yet he does it. Yeah, he dealt with it so coolly, catching every single seed, soybean in his mouth. You know, being like all num 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 and such. Damn it! Like, oh my God, he's so goddamn cool. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding the payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. And it kind of works out, because it said 1:30 to 2:30 PM for the, ETD, estimated time of death. I see. Yeah, keep it going. Hold it! How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. Took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would like to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to carry out the search, too. I would have loved to see Maggie sleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. You are a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. And in your own place where no one can know what you're doing. What stays in your bedroom, or what happens in your bedroom stays in your bedroom, Gumshoe. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oops, I guess I'm pretty red right now, ain't I? And I agree, we don't want to know what happens in Gumshoe's bedroom, oh my god. Victim didn't have any identification, that's fine. But you don't need to see his identification. For you see, he didn't have the droids you're looking for. He was free to go about your business. And he just moved along. Alright. Hold it! I had to fit a Star Wars in there, I'm so sorry. He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card in him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? Make him an edgy boy, like a certain hedgehog, maybe. I think I'm onto something here. Are we onto something with that in particular? Do we have anything that can identify them? Wondering if the MC Bomber name is gonna come in handy to try and give him, maybe his alter ego, his music performance persona, his stage name or whatever. I don't know. Hello! Good to see you again. You figured out who he was pretty quick and the investigation went smoothly. Yeah, how'd you do that? Hold it! Wait a sec! Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, right? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy, I think, going on. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with a lottery ticket. Seems Mr. Glenelg visited the doctor before he went to Tribulations. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Ask about what? The prescription? Or his health insurance situation? Oh god, we're gonna get topical here. Now, I've been fortunate to not have to get many, if any, prescriptions in my time, like over-the-counter stuffs. Do you usually have to give your identification to receive your prescriptions? Because normally if I've been sick, I've just used stuff brought from the store. I haven't had to do anything special over-the-counter like that, fortunately, so... Do you need to get your ID in order to get... Yeah, if anybody has an experience, feel free to shed light on it, because that's what I'm thinking. And plus, is he even insured for that prescription? So that's why probably asking about the health insurance is not necessarily a dumb idea. Give your name and address in the UK for normal pickup. Yeah. Maybe some opiates need proper ID. Because I'm saying, if it's a strong kind of drug that he's picking up from this place, then probably, yeah, there needs to be doubly sure it's going to the right person for the right needs. So yeah, probably asking about health insurance isn't necessarily a dumb idea. But if I need to do anything again, I guess we can, but, go on then, we'll be funny. So the victim had no form of identification on him, correct? Yeah. And yet, before arriving at the restaurant, he went to see a doctor. Which means, he must have had his medical insurance card with him. Ooh, that is very true. We provide a provincial health card for covered prescriptions and other health services. Yeah, you need evidence of you actually having some kind of insurance to cover it, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I probably need to do so with my, Japanese health insurance card if I need to get a prescription here for anything. Because I do have one of those, as mandatory for everybody who is in a profession over here or is employed to a Japanese business. Gotta have your health insurance, gotta put into that every time, and also gotta go for a yearly health checkup. Yearly health checkup where they do all sorts on you. They do the, they measure your eyesight, they measure your height, your weight, your ups and overs, your blood pressures, pee samples, and yeah, they do the whole kit and caboodle. Take a blood sample as well. They do it all basically, yeah. And especially when you get older, they make you do even more stuff, which I'm not looking forward to if I stay here for that long. But anyway. The fact that it hasn't been found points to only one obvious conclusion. The victim's medical card was stolen! Dun 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 dun! Ha! True, the victim didn't have a medical insurance card. But why? Because Mr. Glenelg didn't have medical insurance to begin with. Huh? So is my theory going all out the window here? As I thought, a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. A bit of an edge never hurt anyone.
Well, looks like we're off course again, Nick.
Please continue with your testimony, witness. Explain for the court the events following the preliminary investigation. And you'll do that after the break, because here we are, we need to run one of those. Right. So I think when we come back from the break, I'm probably going to try that again, but then ask about the prescription itself. Like, could you get any details about what that was in particular? I think that's a good idea. But first, it's time to run our first break of the stream, so we can run the ads in that time to make sure that all the people enjoying this in Twitch land don't miss anything. YouTube land, there will be no break in the highlight for you. If you want to continue watching, please feel free. But if you'd like to go further with your love and support, and do everything like that, make sure you let me know if you're enjoying the video. And if you do need to take a break from the video, now is a good time to do so. And after that, when we come back, we continue the testimony for Mr. Gummy here. Looking forward to it. Hope you are too. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Alright, still no French in this episode yet, but we're still gonna keep the warning, I guess, that we had at the start of this episode. This episode may yet contain some French. We'll have to wait and see if so-and-so turns up. But we're gonna get back to this cross-examining that we're doing here. Hope you're still enjoying the episode, everybody. If you took your break, I hope you had a fun time doing that. And yeah, feel free to let me know if you like this video in the YouTube lands by liking and commenting down below. And if you want to go further with your love and support, make sure you do that. Click the subscribe button, click the bell. All those things are super helpful, super appreciated. And then let you know about soon-to-come uploads of everything that we get up to over on the Twitch land. So yeah, much appreciated to all of you for enjoying. Let's go back to it and see some more. I want to press this one again, and then take the path that says to ask about the prescription bag this time around. That's obviously the more prudent thing to ask about. Because then maybe I could get this in my evidence list so we can properly examine it. Let's go! So, what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty? That's an interesting development, and now the bag is in my court record. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Tribulations, but it is empty. Already taken? Already taken whatever was in it, either drug-wise or not drug-wise, because what if it was a concealment for something else? Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, trite? Ah! Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? And now we may continue pressing. When Maggie was searched, we found the ticket and the poison. Not great for me, but let's get more details. Hold it! But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? Hey, yeah, you've nailed it, pal! Hey, it happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes! Objection! Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throats. And I'm not talking about the chocolate kind that are on that weird Japanese game show. Sorry, talking full leather here, buddy. Get yourself in the game. So, trite. Someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets? That's a pretty bald statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any. And this is where I will present my evidence. If I had it! It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. Alright, now go for the last one. There was nothing else missing from the scene. But what about maybe what was in the bag? Something could have been pilfered out of it. And maybe that's what Glenelg was actually got for. Didn't think about that. Maybe there's a thing to that. We'll have to wait and see. But first, hold it! So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh yeah! The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And they're just gonna let him get away with it? It was just $1, Detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little... Except for Gumshoe.
If I don't find a hole in his testimony, the judge is gonna hand down his verdict.
Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something.
Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious.
Come on, Gumshoe! Be the dumbest you've ever been! Be a good gummy!
What a way for encouragement. Be the dumbest you have ever been ever, because that will help us out in this trial. Right, so what else we picked up? Can we do some examination? Contain potassium cyanide. Victim's pocket. Small pocket, but has some big stains on it too. We got the cyanide bottle. And the prescription bag, which is empty for reasons. Didn't have any identification on him. Figured out who he was. When Maggie was searched, we found the ticket and the poison. There was nothing else missing from the scene. So shame I can't look at any of these. Can't tell anything from that crime scene photo. That's just the floor plan that lets me know about everything that I have seen in the cafe already. The partitions, the very limited number of tables and seats. No wonder this business is going under. And then the name of MC Bomber in there. I think it is that nothing else missing from the scene. Hang on, did you even open up the prescription bag to check? I think that lends way to the fact that there was something in the bag that when the incident happened was suddenly absconded with. As in it was taken away from the bag and they didn't even bother to check that there was anything in the bag. Yeah, you Gumshoe. Like, we wanted you to be dumb. But my god, you set new heights of dumb. And we love you for it. So I am confident in this one. So confident that I'm gonna save. But yeah, I don't think you even bothered to check the bag for realsies. I don't think you even opened it. Oh, you didn't even check if there was a tampering with it, because... yeah. It's just a bit weird that a prescription bag is empty from just having been to the doctor's. I think that's the thing we gotta take umbrage with. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will ya? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribulations. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal! Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool! Indeed! He's so goddamn cool all of a sudden, and due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself! I.e. smuggling.
Order, order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
Ha! That's all.
What?
Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear otolaryngological clinic? Otolaryngological?
Have I said that word right?
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Number 5. Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum?
Ow! When I felt what pressure can do to an eardrum, particularly on like a descent from a flight, and how the cabin pressures sort of like constrict your eardrums when you're on the descent down, to have it fully ruptured, like just imagine the discomfort you get from having your ears get constricted by the pressure of descending from a flight, and then just amplify that by however many times it is to actually get them ruptured. That's gonna hurt.
Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print.
Yeah, the court record didn't let me read the fine print on that one, come on. Don't be silly about this.
They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Oh, yes, here it is. In very, very fine print.
Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was a tribune. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No!
Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over!
She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do?
And it is becoming prudent now. If I get the wrong thinking, I'm gonna get a penalty. So that doesn't unfortunately. Oh wait, does it update the autopsy report a little bit? Okay, it's a prescription for ear cream, basically. Something that's not meant to be taken through the mouth. But again, why is it still missing? Who would want some ear cream? The realization. It could be that. When we went into the kitchen, we found that chest full of the aromatherapy bottles. One of the things that we took was a bottle that wasn't like any of the others, and it was the little green vial of stuff. Is that the ear cream by accident? Huh. Because we ended up offloading that to Gumshoe. And never got it back before now. Is that it? Okay, let's push the issue a bit, see where it goes.
Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. Objection! That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it is a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. Objection! You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. I'll slam my coffee cup about it. It hardly seems like a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide, but it could be confused and misplaced with a bottle of very deadly poison. I think that's what's going on here. Objection! And that was a voice break. Oh my god. I'm getting into this one. Wow. Let me read that again without my voice cracking at the incidental. Objection! It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would have contained it either. But it did! The possibility is undeniable. Ah! Getting him. That's enough. You can kiss your makeup later. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo? The pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick!
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. There we go. Bonk and hammer down on that one. January 7th, 11:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Phew! That was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there, on my feet. And literally.
That's my line, sir! No, it's my line! I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe! How can he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up!
No, I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. Felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy! I don't ever want to see him again!
Oh, poor Gumshoe. Rejected again, and didn't even try to advance on him this time.
So the next witness is gonna be that old guy from the park, right?
Yep, Mr. Kudo and his big red nose. Lover of waitresses' outfits and projectile seats.
I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Like that Oscar guy from Sesame Street. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds. All of a sudden you realize that Victor Kudo is actually Pokemon, and he knows bullet seeds! Can you take up to 5 times in a row, my friend Phoenix? Didn't consider that, did you? January 7th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls a lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand?
That's a cup of Jamachino, I'll tell you that, little whipsnapper!
Name and occupation if you don't mind. The name is Victor Cooter, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. My one emotion is stoic anger. I was wondering why all of a sudden we were quiet, but I accidentally hit the volume control on my headphones. And luckily that's not affecting the stream volume, so that's fine. We're good, we're good. Also, I didn't see you there, Potu. Hello! I almost did not acknowledge that. Pac-Man having a cookie or something, I don't know what that is, but I like it though. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Yeah, listen, youngin'. How much you think there is for kimono embroidery there? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do! Or I did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you can embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. You're Japanophonians here, so I had to take a job working the cash register at the burger joint, pretending to smile. My least favorite activity to do. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now the witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Ah, yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Seeds? What do you think these are, huh? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps. Did I? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I saw it all. Then please, tell the court. We're all ears. Sure, I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail. He is really getting into this. Scarily so for somebody who's nudging on 70. My god. Let me tell you, whippersnappers, what I witnessed. The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. That doesn't look like a Maggie Bird to me, I'll have you know. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. I'm very sorry to say that what you just showed us in that particular flashback image of yours, I don't think the hairstyles of those two match up. Not least in the back. I think it looks like that Maggie's hair is a bit shorter than the one that we saw in that flashback image. And there is the case actually of a mysterious girl out and about doing whatever. Worthy of a pondering, I think, that one. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Yeah, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned words, huh? A lot of old-fashioned words are unfortunately very, very charged, and, you know, they nudge on being not polite for civil conversation. Different times back then. You gotta be here with the new, my dude. Newfangled? All the stock of radios and glasses? It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone! Don't forget the old values! Don't let the good old days slip away! Oh god, that sounds like somebody... That sounds like something that, I don't know, some... You know what I see quite a lot of the time as I'm traveling around Japan? You very often have people that set up shop outside somewhere where there's a lot of traffic that goes through in terms of pedestrian traffic. Something like a train station exit, the entrance of a shopping center, or something equivalent to that. Sometimes you'll have a group of folk, usually in the elderly variety, that are pushing something or other, usually along the reins of whatever local political group that they're supporting, because they have nothing better to do with their day. Trying to hand out flyers, and one of them is on a megaphone or a microphone through an amp, trying to tell it to everybody and won't stop talking for like 30 minutes. I imagine that this kind of words get through as well. It's like every so often, one of those talks is like, don't forget the old values, respect your elders, we were here before you and we deserve the equal respect. Don't let our old ways go to waste, but probably be a bit more, in our face about it. Yeah, I imagine Victor Kudo could have been that kind of guy, if he was a real person. Do you have to think what the original Japanese character was like? Well, that's something to read up on when this case is over, let's be honest with you. But yeah, I see that little bit of an aura around this guy. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Go on then. Crazy old fogey. You're reading a sports paper. I can't deny that because there was a sports paper we found, so that's fair. Hold it! So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenelg? I wanted to know if Guts and Braun retained his championship or not. So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question? There are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at that table the other side of the restaurant, correct? Yeah! I go to that place to drink Javachino! I don't go to shit! I don't remember which table I was sitting at! And before anybody says out loud, I am saying that S with a very hard, like, little old man sort of a shh to it instead. So if it sounds like I'm saying the naughty word, I'm not trying to. It's just trying to say sit with the accent that I've given this guy. So yeah, I'm not actually saying bad words. I'm trying not to, at least. And I'm sorry if it sounds like that. You mean you go there to either waitress? You brought him a Javachino, but then she put something in it. Alright. Hold it! Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Are you sure about that? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes! I dot every T and cross every I! I see. My eyesight's fine! The doctor says you only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put into the Jappuccino as well! I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. But we gotta get it out of him. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Okay. Hold it! Did she really put that into the coffee? You jap me, boy! She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in! Couldn't she have been adding the sugar? Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? A bottle like this, perhaps. There it is! That's the one! That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So what the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? Ah! Walked right into that one. Looks like he was in pain after a sip and then went away. Okay. Hold it! He took just one sip? You youngins! You waste everything! Those cappuccinos cost $8! In the good old days, we'd have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died. Oh, congratulations. You have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. Leading the witness. Very well could be. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, she slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the cappuccino I just drank turn sour in my stomach. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. And the waitress? I presume she is... You remember her well. He's like, yes, I remember it well. But do you? Hold it! But do you really? You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is! Sorry? You can see all the way up to her... You know. She's basically naked in that uniform! It's a freaking Hooters outfit, I'll tell you that! Objection! So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is... her outfit? But anyone could wear such a uniform! Even me! Those are words that just left my mouth. Yep. Now everybody's got the image of it. I wonder how many people would actually enjoy that image. Statistically, not very many, let's be honest with ourselves, but... Yeah, still, those are words that left my mouth. I did just say, in no short terms, that I could even wear a waitress uniform. God, don't let AO3 know about this. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away. But there are other things I recognize about it too! Well, he seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? We basically got nothing other than the uniform from this guy. I think we need to have more information here. It just seems like it makes sense. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress is Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Yeah, sure. There's a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose. I was kind of hoping about actual body features, like hair, maybe eyes, maybe you saw the face. Hold it! You do seem to remember several details about her appearance, but what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face! Yeah, as if I wouldn't remember that! Objection! The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair! It was red! Let's check. Yes, unfortunately a red ribbon in the back of Maggie's hair too. Can't really deny that. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Well, is there any more to it, actually? The strap or the waitress's back? I mean, if he was just looking right at the back, would there be something about it there? Let's try the back first, and if it doesn't get anything, we'll do the straps next. Alright. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Objection! Ha! He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment! I tell you I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons! I'm just telling you what I saw! Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Yeah, sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. Alright, we went from 4 to 7 pieces now. This is going very well. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. God damn it, my man. Hold it! You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes? No question about it! I didn't come as far to break down now. Victor Kudo never backs down! That's not even remotely the answer I was looking for, but okay.
This has turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not.
Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front.
Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it?
Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there.
But he was there with the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress.
I guess. Huh, she makes a good point, though.
Hey, did I just say something clever?
I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie.
That's what we have to figure out, Nick. You big dummy, that's what we're here for. We're trying to get her Maggie off at the hook, you know? We don't want her to be the waitress. That's the kind of thing.
Would there be anything about Maggie's front that would be distinct? Like maybe he could have remembered if there was glasses on this waitress or not? Because Maggie's always wearing those. I'm also gonna go back to this and see if there's anything that turns up when we press the other thing about the straps. Maybe. Or I don't... Or do I not get that? I guess I don't get that. Yeah, it looks like nobody else in there that we've got on our list right now is wearing glasses. That would be what I think would be the most obvious thing to try and go for. See if I can trip him up in such a way there. But then again, if he never saw the front, that probably wasn't anything about it that caught it, right? Yeah, okay, maybe not. Her apron's straps were loose. Just doing that for my benefit. If you did ever get to see the waitress from the front, you'd maybe have seen the oopsie-poopsie
stains on the front, maybe? If he remembers about the apron, then we've got to get him to testify, I think, about the apron that we have in our evidence, surely, I think. Something like that. And not there. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement just now related? They aren't they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. Yep, let me reload. Thank you for that. No, don't save. Let me just do a thing like that again. Thank you very much. Oh, I could have put it on the wrong one, because if there wasn't anything that caught your interest about her from the front... So that, I guess you must mean you did see at least the uniform from the front, if that's what you're so interested in. So you didn't see the big oopsie-poopsie coffee stains and ketchup or blood stain? Are you sure that's not interesting, my dude? Objection! Objection! That's the one I had to do. Okay, just press it on the wrong thing. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to take a look at this, please. That filthy thing would suit you filth just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. You think I'll forget something as dirty as that, Well, you half-witted clutch. This is my aura-farming stare. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clutch, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Eh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oopsie! Very interesting little... Oopsie poopsie little itty bitty breakdown there. Just I made a boo-boo, didn't I? Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this! Well, well. Looks like we finally have our genuine trial on our hands. 5 to go. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird? Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion where I forgot what a burger a customer wanted.
He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Or that might be the dementia.
Oh yeah, that's rude. You don't know that. You can't just assume things like that. Very well, let's just see how good your memory and your attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. What does he know about the Glenelg? Interesting. He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. Broken pair of spectacles. No, that's just a Dragon Ball Scouter if we have a look at his face. I don't think that's a broken set of glasses, let's be honest with you. Well, keep it going. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling his pages. Young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then, the serving girl in question brought over the Javicino.
The little fisher picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. And then he went blah, and then keeled over and carked it. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh, yes! I had those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything!
How are we gonna handle this, Nick?
Well, we only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kinda cruel?
I suppose, but it's what I do best. Be cruel to the people I'm pressing. That sounds wrong in my head. I'm not gonna say that out loud. Alright, let's go. A broken pair of spectacles. Are you sure about that? Hold it! Spectacles? Dark glasses to you! One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Because there was no other lens on the other side. The spectacle was only one edge. One side of the head. It's only meant to see it through one end. Like, come on now. That's how a scout is meant to work. You fangled rubbish! That's why I remember him so well. Well, he did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
I better come up with something sharp and quick!
Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. We will come back to that. It's a surprise tool in this, the surprise testimony that will help us later. We'll come back to that. Had a newspaper in his right hand, yeah? Hold it! The newspaper was a sports paper, was it? Hey, young hooligan! I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that wrestling going on? I needed to find out who Guts and Brown retain his championship title! It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you just buy your own? With the hundreds and thousands of rich money you say that you have because you say you're a rich person. That's what you said to me in the park, you twerp. You old fogey. What you looking at me like that for? Have some beans. Ow! 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 Ow!
Guts and Brown got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway.
Maya, not even remotely relevant to the situation. Thanks. Was listening to the wireless, yep. Hold it! The wireless? A decadent young rascal! In my day, it was one or the other! Read the paper and listen to the wireless! Oh boy. Using an earpiece! Selfish, I wish it is! I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it! Because again, buy your own radio, you fogey! Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? What you looking at me like that for? Oh, damn, you feel sorry for me! Ow, 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 ow. I mean, you're desperate to try and listening to a wireless piece that probably the person didn't want anybody else to listen to, but by God, I can counter that with a thing that I have actually had laid witness to. A couple of years ago, I lived in a different town to where I am now, and very often used the city bus to get around. I remember one time riding back on the bus, a elderly person, an elderly lady, went onto the bus on the same trip as me. And their phone was indeed blaring out some very loud wireless, as it were. In fact, no, it wasn't even wireless. I think she was just having one of her music files playing for a song of some kind. Because, my God, she played, like, verse and chorus over and over and over again, out loud, to everyone within earshot on that bus.
I can still hear that song to this day. Na na va 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 ba da ba da. It's one of those like slightly older timey ones. I think sung by one of those Japanese singers that have like that really long wobbly vibrato that they do in their singing. And the one goes like that goes way up and down like that, like massive long vibrato when they're holding a note. It's one of those kinds of singer performance types. But yeah, she played the verse and the chorus of that track so many times over. Didn't even bother to use any headphones or earbuds or whatever they're called nowadays with it. She just played that out loud to everybody on the bus. So yeah, this man trying to desperately listening on people's wirelesses when they want nobody else to listen to them. Yet they will go onto a bus and blare out their radio, their wireless, their music to everybody who doesn't want to listen to it. I got weirdly fired up about that memory that I have. Like, wow, where did that come from? Wow. Excuse me. Anyway, we were cross-examining. That's what I'm doing, right? Yeah. Then the servant got a question brought over to Javachino. Uh-huh. Hold it! You mean the waitress who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, is that right? Maybe that's kind of my job. What's the matter if I saw her from behind or front? My eyes don't lie! Ow! 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 Better not push it until I get some hard evidence. Before I get pelted with even more hard beans, for God's sakes. Alright, keep it going. Hold it! His free hand? Yeah! And which hand was that? Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? In his free hand, if it was his right hand, then you know which hand it was, you moron! Ow, 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 ow. Perhaps the great Mr. Trite has 3 hands. Probably 3 nipples as well, like that Scaramanga. Yeesh, I was only asking. Don't need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. Like a Zaphod Beeblebrox, for God's sakes. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish... Let me say that again in thought speak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss.
I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh?
Anything will do. Even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. He will be eating not out of his box of C's, but rather eating out of the palm of our hands instead. So... it's probably going to be the proof of, like, it wasn't a pair of glasses, but rather a... thingy like that. If he had the paper in his right hand, would have had the coffee cup in his left hand. Oh, give us a minute, give us a minute. See which side of the coffee cup the handle is on, and then compare that to the stain of coffee on the rim. You'd do that if you held the coffee cup from the handle with your right hand. That's where the stain would naturally be. So he in fact did not use his free hand. He just put down the newspaper and drank out of the coffee cup holding it with his right hand, because that's the only place where the stain could be, unless he bent his left hand backwards in some
weird fashion that I don't think anybody does when they're drinking coffee, or anything out of a cup like this. I think it's just as easy as this. Let's try that. Objection! Mr. Kudo, do you remember where you were told... do you remember what you told at the start of this testimony? That this is a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know! There's nothing wrong with my memory! I tell you, nothing! If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song! Care to tell us where this is going, trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper with his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this, kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim you'll see you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand! But... ow! Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. Please do the pigeon song for us. Probably after the break. Will he actually do the pigeon song for us? I guess we'll have to wait and see, but we're going to take our break here. I just noticed where the timer is for the ads, and we need to do some ad breaks at some point, just to make sure we get those out of the way and that nobody in Twitchland misses anything happening here. So I hope you're all enjoying this in Twitchland. We're going to go to a break now for you, but if you're watching this in YouTube land, there's going to be no break in the highlight if you'd like to continue watching. Nani? Yes, that's what I mean. There's no break in the YouTube highlight, BSC. Can you believe it? But yeah, there's no break in the YouTube highlight. Feel free to watch and continue watching if you're up to that, but if you need to take a break now, will be a great time to do so. And when we come back, will Kudo do the pigeon song for us? I'm willing to be disappointed. Alright, set my expectations low, and we'll come back after the break. I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back. We all wait with bated breath for the supposed pigeon song. But before we see if it happens, we have already set our expectations down so goddamn low. But before we see it, we're going to welcome you back to the video if you're watching this in YouTube land. We hope you're enjoying it. Please feel free to let me know if you are enjoying it. Like and comment down below. And if you'd like to go further with your love and support to see the continuation of this series in future uploads, make sure to click the subscribe button and click the bell wherever that is to get those notifications. We'd love to have you on our YouTube journey here. But alright. Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. Pigeon song, please. You said you did those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Well, we're waiting. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this simply is not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from. Wait! I never got a chance to do the pigeon song. You think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? Then you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand! Ah, yes, no question! I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am! It's the dead young hot-butting you spiky-head yahoo who are at fault! Who? Me? Am I the hotbot? No, god damn it. Yeah, he never did the pigeon song. He let us all down. God damn it, old man. Doing the cuckoo pigeon, doing the cuckoo pigeon, dancing a little smidgen of the kind of ballet sweeps me away. I have no idea if that's the actual things, but that's my rendition of the pigeon song. Yay! We got it. Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man! Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me! Listen to what I've got to say! Bro didn't channel his inner Bert. No! Yeah, he did not. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but sure. Why not hear a little more? Mr. Kudo? I got 3 coffee cups left. This is still in time for me. Or should I say, this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain! You can rely on victory!
Also, I know it's not. I know it's like a skin tag that somehow got into where his eyebrow is, but I'm wondering, is that a seed that has been stuck up in his eyebrow for goodness knows how many possible years? I mean, I know it, like I said, I know it's a skin tag or a skin boil or whatever's there, but yeah. I just know that there.
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
Alright then. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It's a Dragon Ball Scouter, Judge. Put some respect on the name. Wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. Oh, so it's like a precursor to Google Lens, and he's using that for unscrupulous purposes, possibly. Oh god.
HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad! But they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth!
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts in good old black and white!
Well, we'll see. Left hand or right hand. Alright, let's get going. Get pressing. Hold it! So the victim was wearing an HMD, head-mounted display.
HDTV, CD, DVD, what's it matter?
It was none of those, actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No question! I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, he'd only have a few of the victim's side of the victim's head. Uh-huh. Kept fiddling with it all the time, sure. Hold it! It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenelg.
He's getting on my nerves! Rustling that newspaper, fiddling with his earpiece all the time! And then he weighed all that first dime for one sip of Javicino! I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat! Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked.
So, I take it the victim was walking ball of nervous energy. Potentially. Just before I picked up the cup, he was fiddling too. Alright. Hold it! The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with?
You're one of those people, aren't ya? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out your right pocket! Or fastens your left cup with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left! Well, aren't ya?
No, I didn't mean...
Obviously he used the hand on the same side of his body with the earpiece aside!
Ow! 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 You're getting me from all sides with those seeds. Stop it. So, if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. Yeah, Phoenix, don't be silly. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. But why on earth is the stain again on the left? Why is the stain on the coffee cup in such a way? Unless we're confusing what the coffee... Unless we're confusing who drank the coffee. Like, did you even examine who the lip mark belongs to? Did we ever establish that? We might have done. I could have been not paying attention, but... That leaves it open to interpretation, just in case. But anyway, let's keep going. Hold it! You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo.
That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try and play on me.
It looks like he really did see the guy picking up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end.
Well, Nick, what do you think?
I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right.
Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks!
But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? If he wasn't lying, kept fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. Yeah, I don't think the floor plans contradict that. Wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens, he kept fiddling with it all the time. I would have said he only heard the fiddling with the newspaper, like the rustling of the newspaper, but that was in the other hand. So this is... he just was a very fidgety guy doing stuff in both hands, I suppose. The earpiece on the same side as... wait a moment. It's back to his prescription, isn't it? Or his detail that his ear is ruptured. I guess that would naturally lead to you trying to do a lot with it, to fiddle with it. Or in this case, fiddle with it, as so eloquently put. But that's only because he was probably using his prescription to deal with his ear problem. That's why he's fiddling with it all the time. It's not the earpiece, it's just using his prescription. Yeah, I think it's this. I think it's that. Just to get him to prove that he's not remembering things right in the head. I think I gotta do this. Objection! I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo! There is something very strange about your observations of the victim. Ash! You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as his HMD. No question! You can lock me up if I'm wrong! It was his left ear without a doubt! I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured! Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pip, 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 pigeon! Pretty pigeon! There's the song! Yay! He did it! He didn't let us down. Order! Order! Stop the pigeon nonsense! This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, you're gonna be a trip! This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down, I know I'm right!
The lad drank his Jappuccino with his left hand!
Let me put you out your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup held in his right hand, then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Objection! No. Impossible! The witness had already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Objection! Which hand the victim used to pick up the cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elk drank the poisoned coffee. Like this! Objection! Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Bro's nose is so red it's like it's about to pop out and become long, proving that he's a liar. Yeah, Pinocchio knows. Or an elephant seal. One of the two, take your pick. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be so frank?
My name is not Frank.
Take that, you pompous old fogey!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from here. You have no power here. Kudo the victor. Victor the Kudo. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Hold it! Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo?
Thanks to that blue shooter young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's across his eyes now!
How was your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know!
What? There's more? Why is there always more?
To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance! I want another crack at you, you young shark!
Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Would be cool otherwise, but now, no. Oh yes, I did see the announcement for that one too. Yes, I did.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook!
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Jappuccino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man!
That's enough with this. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet! Much, much quicker! I can't believe this is happening! You better get ready, youngster! I get the picture, just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you?
Just do it already. He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Consistently getting 5 times by using bullet seed, and it's super effective. God damn it! Alright.
It's the final showdown! First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsiest, he had upset the vase! He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked.
If my X button on my PlayStation controller, my DualSense, wasn't otherwise used for confirming things, I'll be mashing that X to doubt right now. Disturbed vase, my butthole. I am Mickey Mouse in that case. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, Anything but, my dude. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenses, old man? No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah. So what, probably? That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. Yeah, bad brain, that's why all you can think of! Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. I'm kinda half tempted to just, like, finish this right away, but at the same time, I do want the tidbits. So we will keep pressing everything. Hold it! But yeah, exactly. But if his face broke, then I am Mickey Mouse! Indeed, yeah. The court generally prefers if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo. Nosy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than the Macho Man right now. You won't beat me with this testimony, this is the final battle! Ow! Ow! Stop using bullet seed! He's chucking them harder than ever. I better be careful.
Come on, Nick! Nail him! Use tackle!
You're really getting me? You're really saying I should use tackle? The base move that nearly every single Pokemon gets when they're a wee babby? Maya, come on. Alright then. Keep it going. Is he weak to grass? Probably Phoenix might be, I don't know. But anyway, hold it! The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo. I know that! I was just setting the mood! How else am I supposed to build up the suspense, The suspense? Yes. Now, what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more? No. Please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible. Alright, now where was I? Hey, yeah, the young boy slumped over the table and... he knocked over the vase. But he clearly didn't, though. I'm going over to him like that meme of Chris Hemsworth as Thor in Ragnarok. Is it, though? Is it deserved? I don't think it is. I'm going like that, but we're gonna press. I need all the details. Hold it! A vase, you say? Yes! There are vases on all the tables in that place. There are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them too. There was a vase on the table where I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase? Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Okay, I get it. I heard it break! And the sound of it burning to my memory is clear as day! Then the strip of cloth covering it got completely soaked. But no, it didn't. Hold it! Soaked in water, you mean? Yes! Splash me on the knee as well! You said you were sitting at the table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet, the water still managed to splash onto you? It was cold! I clearly remember it splashing me! Could the water really make it all the way across to the other side of the room? Is that how physics work? I don't know if that's how physics work. How about it turn things upside down? Did you really, though? No, you didn't. But I'll indulge you. Hold it! You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking? The vase turned upside down? And my testimony is turning this case upside down? It's a joke! I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain? I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Godot hasn't raised any objections for a while now. So, you young show-off! With that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the gauntlet! If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat! He is really giving you the evil eye, Maya.
It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple back dare you to find the contradiction, young'un.
I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge then. And I would have done this so much sooner, yet I wanted to get all the fun details. But I know what to press immediately. Yeah. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! His testimony stinks, his joke stinks, and his memory stinks because that is a very clearly undisturbed vase on the victim's table. Let me upside down your turnabout and, yeah, just hopefully shut you up for good now. Objection! Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
Show it!
Look carefully at the table. Then maybe you will see. The vase is there, intact.
Eh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad?
Oh no, Granddad, of yours hopscotch! Ow! 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 God.
Oh, goddammit, enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night!
Eh!
Oh, what is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes. I'm gonna be scared to say this, but go on.
The broken vase? It was on my table.
What?
Oh, well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
What the bloody hell are you on about, my dude? Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Ah! Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I've got more to say! Oh yes, I remember something else!
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
Wait! Listen to me!
And nothing of value was lost. Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. Ah! The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand. And the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Well, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor, and then I will be out of your hair. The witness we just heard from, he is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarizes accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
But that was really mad, huh?
Well, yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies, my own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. Victor's testimony added to the court record.
When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
Let's go into the other people, Maya. Did you not just hear the judge just now? Come on. That is all. This court is adjourned. Now I feel like a cup of coffee, actually. I'm going to go to my nearest Starbucks. Oh, God, no. Not Starbucks, Judge. You can do so much better. Alright, overwrite the data. And that trial period actually over quicker than I normally do for things like this. So, as a special treat for you, it did say to be continued. Right the heck now!
Yay!
January the 7th, 12:52 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices.
So how do you think the trial went this morning?
How do you think it went?
It got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances.
Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee.
All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw. The apron straps and the ribbon.
And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured.
Talk about a terrifying case of contradictionitis.
Well, time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh?
Yeah! We've gotta find one for Maggie, or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty.
Like, don't say it like that, Maya. This isn't an illness. Well, I'm officially at a loss of where to start.
Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first.
I guess we should try to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use.
Yeah, that's true.
And we need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. Somehow, I think the key to this case has got to be at Tribulations.
Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. Oh, and we should drop in on Maggie and see how she's doing too.
That we should do. So, anything on your mind?
Actually, there is something.
Hmm?
I was wondering about Zen Hop. You know? Like what he's like and stuff.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that guy. I oughta beat you so hard it felt like you was smooching the express train. Phoenix Wright, you saying yours is Phoenix Wright? Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only. Actually, I've learned a little something about my doppelganger.
Huh? You did? What did you find out?
Oh yeah, Maya was working into the restaurant when I ran into Don Funioni. Let's just say he was such a terrible version of me that I wanted to sue for defamation. What is that guy's story anyway? What does he have to gain by impersonating me? What does he have to gain indeed? The hair show looks familiar. Yeah, I know, right? So where first? I think we should do detention center first. Give Maggie a good hello, and then probably go to criminal affairs and then see if anything's there. January 7th, detention center, visitor's room. He is Sonic, confirmed. Like, do you know what he is? He is Temu Phoenix Wright.
Whoa!
Oh, I guess Maggie's still in questioning.
But we've got questions to ask her too! Maggie! Maggie!
Keep it down, Maya! This isn't a playground, you know. Well, maybe Criminal Affairs Department is... Maybe now? Police Station Criminal Affairs Department?
Looks like she's not here.
Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow.
You think?
Yeah. Everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call in the offices for the briefing, quick! Can you shut down the sensation server? Chief! Quit playing on the internet! But my male pen pal... leaders and princes...
Huh? Save it for later, I'm turning it off now! No! Ladies and princess! Oh god, Lee Asian princess. Oh, that's a big old load of...
Oh no!
Just no, please stop it. In fact, please just go and just,
Stop it!
Oh, everyone's keeping busy in here, huh? Keeping busy? More like panicking if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. What even is going on there? This must be the chief of the detectives here. He looks lost now that the power to his computer is being cut. Yeah, well, I'll guess I'll have to write over here a real letter instead of an email. Alternatively, you could write us some reports and do your job. Just a suggestion. Dear ladies and princess, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night?
Wow, what an awesome job! Maybe I should send in my resume and become chief.
You can do that on your own time when you become the chief of the village, surely.
Hey, that's the police mascot, isn't it? It's so cute!
That's the blue badger. It was my idea. I made it. And now it's the national symbol of the police. So what's with the pink one? It's you, right?
She's not an it, Nick. She's a she. Right, Chief?
Yep. Meet the pink badger.
So one's called Blue, and the other's called Pink. But they're both called Badger?
You got it. They're married.
Mr. and Mrs. Badger seems to be cut together, Chief.
You got it. That's marriage for you. Wow, a mascot that's deeper than the deepest of deep oceans. Can't believe the mascots are doing social commentary for all of us here. I don't imagine I'm seeing anything else like useful here. Right, back to here, where there's nothing happening. But then to Tribulations again! And maybe now this is where our warning is of potential French about to happen. January 7th, at Tribulations! Excuse me, I need another drink. It's the better direction than they could have gone. Oh, yeah, with the pen pal? Yeah, I suppose so. He immediately goes to his mobile data and goes to his messaging apps because, oh god, you can probably tell there's been some things sent through that. Oh god. Less to think about that, the better. Alright.
Empty as usual.
Yep, and it's lunchtime too. I don't know who says this. That's it? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, hey, that sounds like... Hey, that's it. Come on, come on, come on. Now just call an 8, pal. Come on. I know you can.
He's getting real worked up about something.
Oh, that's the wrong number. Ah. Oh, looks like an 8 would only net me $5 anyway. What a ripoff.
What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just, I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here.
What, he is? And he's having a twin tea set. Yeah, what can I say? Yeah, what can you say, Gumshoe? What the heck are you doing? Oh, this is a nightmare! How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal?
You really drove her into a corner, you know?
You always blow apart my testimony! Why of all days didn't you do it today? Oh, sorry, there just weren't any holes in it, for once.
Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese? Well, would it be preferred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean?
Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe! I hate him, sir! I mean it! I don't ever want to see him again! Something like that?
What? What?
Please! Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean...
Why? Why is this happening?
He's banging his head against the wall, Nick!
Oh man, poor Gumshoe. Damn, okay now. I just got a case of that head trauma, so I can forget about what we just said, what Maggie just said about me. Yeah, what's up? So, did you like the 20 sets? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking.
So? How'd it taste?
Well, for 20 bucks, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was... delicate.
Delicate?
You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you?
What's the matter with him?
It looks like he's thinking. And that is a dangerous precedent for him and for all of us. Oh, that's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized. It's bad! That's it! It tasted bad! It's just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you pay 20 bucks for it, you know? Maybe he should have found out after the... Maybe he should have found out after the price... about the price after he had finished eating.
Hey, Nick. Maybe that's why Glenelle came here. Maybe he heard about the Super Fierce Twin Tea set.
If by fierce you mean fearsome... Speaking of Glenelle, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy.
Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe when he knows seeing us is here?
Yeah, we'll get around to it, but first... What you listening on the radio, buddy?
So what were you all excited about earlier?
Huh? That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited.
Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell a little on me. What were you listening to?
Nothing, really. It was just the Daily Exercise Show. Oh, Gumshoe, you poor sweet summer child. What the? A Cyclock? This lunch's special lobster sure is great.
Then why are there tears in your eyes?
Oh, because it's just so... it's beautifully delicious, that's all. Just, pass me a tissue. So why on earth does Gumshoe have a freaking thing that I need to break down? I guess I'll do it just because it's there. Take that! And it shouldn't be that difficult because there's only one of them. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? Oh wait, pal, now you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. Oh, we'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... lottery! Because you were calling for number 8, number 8, number 8. Ooh, excuse me, that's a hiccup. I'm right, aren't I? Yeah, you are right. Your name's Phoenix, right? But I am right! Aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glenelle did. It's like you could see right through me! Huh? I've cracked him already? See, pal, that's why I said it was nothing! Just a fun little Cyclock break, just a really easy one to do. Dear me. Well, I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's if everyone in the lottery?
So, how'd it go?
Yeah, 150 cents. And not the rapper, I mean, I just literally won 50-cent coin. It'd be better to win nothing at all than have a lousy buck. I was so mad! Yeah, I know that feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? And I got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Mr. Elk was listening to the day he was killed.
Yeah. What time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And don't a lot of results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah! Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire Radio Flyer, added to the court record. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Wow. Drive a hard bargain, why don't you?
And hello, Slashcraft!
We are in the midst of our Ace Attorney goodness right now. Hope you're having a good day.
Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool! I want to try it, Nick!
Then buy a ticket, Maya. With your own money. Yeah, feel free to do that if you want. Alright, you got the details about our Glenelg guy here? This guy was a real programming genius. They call him the walking computer at the place where he worked.
What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden?
Maya, he's not a robot, come on. Yeah, he wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe! Don't you have any information that's a bit more fun?
Fun? Oh, I know! So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. L worked yet? You might as well.
His workplace? Where's that?
A computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated or something like that.
Sounds like a real stable company.
Blue Screen Incorporated and call it stable.
Whoa! Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go!
Computers aren't really my thing, Maya.
We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff.
Oh, I wonder about that. Yeah, it's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. A computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated, huh? Well, very lovely. Thank you very much for that, Gummy. I guess before we move on, is there anything new at all? I don't think that there is. Okay, let's move. Brand new location. And get a sneaky little peek at it. Oh god, look at those two with their screens. January 7th, Blue Screens Incorporated. This is very, like, upstarty and high-techy for just your standard electronics company or computer technology place. You can deal with it looking like a freaking Star Trek hologram deck or something. Oh.
Wow, this place is so high-tech! You can almost smell the electricity in the air!
It is a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know?
Oh, who are you? Oh, hello? I'm sorry. Access to these is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow! What secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood?
Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of wax educational show.
My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director.
Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in the shell. Oh my. Like, I haven't... I don't want to spoil myself by potentially looking up something that I don't want to see, but I want to... But I would love to go to the page about this character, to go to their Japanese original name, and have it be related to Makoto Kusanagi in some way. Because the freaking Ghost in the Shell reference... I love that. Also, yes, indeed, that's very apt, BST. Please fill out your information below. Yep, that's how it goes. And that thing over her eye! Isn't that the same device as Glen Elk's?
That's a DMH, right?
Oh, nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD.
All my programmers here at Blue Screens Incorporated are supplied with HMDs. Then do you write programs too? No? I just enjoy wearing this. Huh, they are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one.
Sorry, big old sip. We're gonna make this topical a little bit. What if this computer firm works exclusively in what is known as vibe coding? I don't know if I'd, trust that there. Her name is a palindrome in all languages, like the other employees of Bloons Screams. What was it, Lisa Base? Oh, well, I guess you're right. I just put that together. Yeah, Lisa Basel, Glen Elk. Are you sure you're not all robots with the naming conventions that you have there? Are you sure about this? But again, I just appreciate a good Ghost in the Shell reference. Just casually getting dropped there. I like it. Alright. So, what exactly is this firm's business?
I will try to simplify it so you can understand. We analyze data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source other components to them. You lost me in the corner of analyzing management.
It doesn't matter, they analyze stuff. You got that much, right?
The software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes, CDs nuts. Or I should say, compact disc, digital optical storage media.
Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music.
It is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. They are first-class vibe coders.
Like, oh god.
Let's ask one of them what they're doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now?
I'm researching the use factors that's on logical layers of global variables. Obviously, the influences response time and performance of the global variables and memory overheads is vitally important to the success of the execution.
Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all of that? Yeah,
Oh god, Maya's reporting a critical error. She's gonna blue screen. Oh god. Your blank smile just said otherwise. I think you're gonna go blue screen. So, you know about what happened, right, Miss Basil?
Oh, you mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible. Can you tell us anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either because... the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Incorporated. Oh.
How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already?
No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you're welcome to take it.
I guess there might be a clue here somewhere. Yeah, I guess we're
gonna get a quick look in then at his desk. But I'm gonna do that quickly before a quick little break because I've been doing a lot of different voices today, and the throat is starting to feel it. Combat these nuts, got him. Yep. But yeah, we're gonna go for one more quick little intermission. We'll get some ads played in that time so the Twitch land does not miss anything of the thing. If you're in YouTube land, there will be no break in the highlights, so feel free to continue watching if you'd like to, or if you need to take a break, this is a good time to do so before we do our last little section of today. And yeah, with all that said, we will go and see the desk of our programmer boy in this Ghost in the Shell-ass place, and I love it to bits, let's be honest. Alright, I'll see you very quickly after this little short intermission. See you in a bit. Alright everybody, welcome back to Cyberdyne Industries. We're about to go and see if Skynet is a real and is going to actually take over the world. No, we're not. We're in the Blue Screens Incorporated, and we have just been given free reign to go and look over Glenn Elg's old desk here, which has a bunch of interesting things on it, I guess. I think we will just probably focus on the desk for now, unless there's funny things to get from looking at the other guys. Maybe there is.
Whoa, look at this desk, Nick! What a mess!
It looks pretty average to me.
But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this!
Oh, you think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know. She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry then.
Hey! This calendar!
What about it? If this is another hint about tidying, then you can forget it.
Someone's marked December the 3rd in red pen!
December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elg was murdered! Is there anything else?
Yeah! It says, meet with the tiger.
The tiger? Oh god, we're going to the Tiger Club. Tiger Club. We're gonna meet Rory the Tiger. Woo! I'm a 7-year-old all over again, going to the Butlins place again. I wanna go to the Tiger Club. Oh boy. Glenn's calendar. On December the 3rd, the day of the incident, there is a note saying, meet with the tiger. Now in my court record. Thank you. Oh, go on then. I'm gonna see what these guys are all about back here. He's really pounding that keyboard, isn't he? Ayo?
Wow! I bet that's where the probing programmer comes from, huh? I guess I shouldn't be resting on my laurels. Gotta expand my skill set and all that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe I can become Old CD's apprentice.
And what about your spirit medium training? What about that? Already seen you there. Oh, go on then. We'll see the service there quickly.
Hey, look, Nick! It's a supercomputer! It looks like it's really smart and wise, doesn't it?
Well, computers are only as smart as the humans who use them, Maya.
Oh, that explains why we don't use a computer in our office.
Hey, you work there too, Maya.
Yeah, but at least mine. Oh, please, don't talk about something that's so trivial. Otherwise, the computer would laugh at you. She said she'd laugh at us, Nick.
She is a human, Maya, not a computer. She has a little bit of that, oh, frick, what's it called? What's her name again in Tron? Oh god, what's her name in Tron Legacy? The one played by Olivia Wilde. God, is it Cora? Might be Cora. I think it is Cora, actually. Now I remember it. Trying to remember all the way back to that one, yeah. Pounding the keyboard's got something peculiar on his screen, or is just losing his mind after he got banned in RuneScape again. Oh, that's the 35th time! Like, what are you doing to get banned on RuneScape 35 times, my guy? Oh god. Alright, what about these big towers? Those pillars almost look like they're moving. It's kind of unsettling.
Nah, they just look a bit twisted or warped or whatever word I'm looking for. The This office was designed with a futuristic feel in mind. Futuristic? Yes, we tried to imagine what things might look like in the future when we designed it. It helps to soothe and calm the soul. On second thought, I agree with you, Nick. This place is really unsettling.
But the future, Maya! The future is ours for the taking. Right, nothing down there. Don't bother with the sleeping apparatus. They very clearly doesn't get out much. Right, what is in the desk with the things on? What about all these down here?
Wow, look at this mess!
That looks like they're all betting tickets.
What kind of betting tickets?
For betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets.
Oh wow! His drawers are stuffed full of these!
It looks like they're all losing tickets, though. Okay. Okay, horse racing tickets added to the court record. There's over 500 of them. And all of them are losing ones. Like, wow.
There's many tickets that get you... what? A buck down at the recycling center? But I didn't know you were so hard on that you tried to profit from the dead, Nick.
I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. Also, did I read that character... Did I read the line wrong there? If that was meant to be a Phoenix line, I'm sorry. Made a ring, gonna get some more plans, and then do some sort of things on Tomodachi Life later.
Ooh, interesting.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, so we got all these. How about you give me the scoop on your former employee, I guess? So, about Mr. Elg.
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from one or two bugs in his personality. Oh? Like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee.
Hey, wait a minute! Just now you said something about him being in trouble. We've got to find out what that trouble is exactly. Alright then, how about we go over the losing tickets then? Because surely...
Would you mind taking a look at this? I'm sorry, that data is just super admin restricted desktop access password protected. That's all protected. Super admin restricted desktop access password protected? What is this madness?
No, Maya, that is Spada. She won't tell us unless we say the right code word. Video game! Stop it!
A code word? Sesame! If it's not Sesame, then it must be your mother's maiden name. That's how it always is.
Well, there's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. I guess he just doesn't want to talk about this.
Maybe we should focus on asking about Glen Elg. What do you say?
Oh, that's probably a talk about this then. Glen's troubles, what are they all about, yeah? About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble?
I'm sorry, why would you think that?
I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself in trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Oh boy! Bing bang bosh. 3 Cyclops?
I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
But Maya, the true question is, truly, what is a man? I bet I have absolutely no dirt on this one right now, so I think we just gotta take that as a face value thing. Yeah. And now you know she's human. A computer can't have Cyclops, that's an impossibility. Oh dear, I mean, you're right. Right, go over here. We can only go back to the restaurant from this point, so I guess we might as well... Right, not to there. Where else can we go? We haven't been into the kitchen. I guess we should go to the kitchen. See what's here. January 7th, Tribulations Kitchen.
Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. I'll be back next month.
Natalie Moo! I will be waiting for you.
If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid I might get a little hot around here.
No! I will have everything ready, I promise.
I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles.
No! Stop it! I beg you!
Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you.
Man, no! This is not necessary! You can trust me, mademoiselle!
Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart.
Oh, no! You do not have to worry! You know you worry far too much. Not good for your complexion. And maybe this will help you relax? It's a oil of sandalwood.
I do love raw meats from time to time. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye for now.
Sister, you have a full load of Doki Doki Literature Club about you. Like, seriously, oh my god. I have the shivers. I must wrap some my oil over my body before I become so nervous. There. Oh, Vivi. That feels good. Ah! Ooh la la! Excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes! My eyes! Your eyes? Oh, if you have trouble with your eyes, you need this! La oil of sandalwood. Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? Ow, my eyes, they burn! Kind of. Kind of full yandere. Kind of full, mysterious, young student girl trope. Absolutely. Alright, go on, what's going on here? You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No, you are right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way, I can give you my undivided attention and cook you la dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick.
That's what girls do. Oh, I mean, lay into it, why not? I mean... Dude, you want to act like that? Person wants to act like that? If they're not harming anyone, they'd be my freaking guest. Oh, but you are right. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand this. They think that it is très. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays?
Nick! That's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry!
Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? Not to, you know... Not to become the homophobe, but you know what I mean, Maya. He was born that way. But this restaurant is my life! It is everything to me! I will defend it to la finale! No one will take it from me! You sure about that? Okay. So, who was the Doki Doki Literature Club ass girl you were just talking to? Ooh la la! You saw that? Well, yes. Sorry.
So, who was she? She looks so polite and graceful. Hopefully not yandere in any slight way.
Polite? Graceful?
And She likes ramen and fires, right? I'll be back next month.
Let's move! I'll be waiting for you!
If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
No, I will have everything ready, I promise!
Now that I think about it... Hey, Maya. I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having.
You think so? Well, then let's show them that piece of evidence and see what happens.
Oh boy! What, do you mean Yandere Girl is somehow under the employ of Tender Lender? Are you kidding? I mean, it must be about this, surely.
So long as that paper exists, I'll put a delightful angel with broken wings.
An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it.
They keep harassing me months after months. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them.
Help them? With what?
My boss, if I did not owe them that money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied.
Please, what did you agree to help them with?
No, I cannot say. If I tell you, that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with a salad garnish.
Ew, I hope she doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with a garnish. Your liver on the platter with some fava beans and a nice Chianti? Please, no. I am gonna guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right?
Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
Please, let's speak. The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's,
Why has they come to this? What a tragedy! Suddenly, I find myself so deep in la debt. It is a sign of la bad world we live in, huh?
oh, I'd say it's more of a sign of la bad culinary skills. But I won't say that out loud.
The woman who was here, the scary woman, she's from La Loan Office.
Oh, she is the collector. Good lord. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from?
Oui, Tender Lender it is called.
Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money.
Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10.
$10? That sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Meyer.
Hey! Not gonna be more than that, thank you very much.
So, Tender Lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case.
Well, let's go further in and see.
I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me lamb money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I'm like his slave. I have to do everything that he tells me.
Who's this he?
Le tiger.
The tiger?
Oui. He's le manager of the Tender Lender. A terrifying man. The big sleepy monster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he lies, I start to cry.
A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance?
Oh, no. This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. Also, oui, it does have la spiky hair just like you. Oui, there is a resemblance there, I suppose.
Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all.
If you want to visit the $10 there, it is just beyond Vitamin Square.
Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some as long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer, but nah. So just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Just beyond the Vitamin Square, just beyond the Vitamin Square. That's where we'll be going. But if we head back to here, well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We got a big meeting starting in a bit.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
And no, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside.
Okay, well, see you later then.
Alright, bye! You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I've kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah. It's for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me.
What is it?
It's a lunchbox full of rice and wieners. Huh? It's a lunchbox. I got it early so I can make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe? How many weenies are there in here? There's not a person on earth who could down this much meat. Although...
You think? I love wieners. I can't get enough of the tender juiciness. So will you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. Well, I can't exactly say no, can I? A tenderly made handmade lunchbox full of wieners fills the stomach with love and plenty of wieners.
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. And he's finally gone. He's finally on the move to somewhere. Alright. I reckon with that I'll set that. You know what we'll do first? If I go to here, will be something happening here. Okay, something will be happening here when we get to Vitamin Square, but unfortunately, that's gonna be time for us to say, that's all for now, folks. We have had the hecking time in the trial with the old man throwing the beans at us and all the time. And then off until there's some more places that have become relevant to the case. We have a computer place. We have some very creepy yandere girl from the Loan Collectors. And now we have the chance to go over to said Tender Lender place and try and work out if we can figure out who the identity of this tiger is. I probably got a good idea myself right now, but we're gonna wait and go along with the game to figure that out. But that's gonna be when we start up our next episode. But thank you for tuning in for our lovely time today in the game. It has been fun to do everything for you. My voice is feeling it, but it's all in the name of giving y'all a fun show today. And if you have enjoyed our show, you've missed any of it, then don't worry about it, because if you go over to our VOD channel, this highlight will be made for you and readily available to watch back in its entirety without any of the breaks in between in a few days' time. So go ahead and check that out in a few days over on the Laura Petal VOD YouTube channel. And if you are watching this in our YouTube channel, please let me know if you enjoyed it by leaving a like and comment down below. I would appreciate it immensely. And if you really liked it that much, you want to go further with your love and support,
make sure to go click that subscribe button and click that bell as well. We'd love to have you on board for future uploads, and see the links in the description for this video as well if you want to follow me on other places. Our social links are there, the Discord invite link is there, the Twitch link is there as well if you want to go ahead and follow me on the Twitch as well to come and see a live stream done live on our regular show of Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, plus any extra days I feel like fitting in. Of course we'd welcome you and we would love to have you. But alright, things are getting interesting. It still yet could be a recipe for disaster. But we gotta see when we come back to this next time. Who is the tiger? And why does he come to tea? I don't know. But thank you for tuning in today. We will have more for you on this game, where it came from, when we continue our recipe for Turnabout, our case 3-3, when the Trials and Tribulations playthrough returns on the channel. But for now, stay and stay awesome. If this video has been a light on your day, if we've made your day better in any way as a result of this video, that is lovely to hear, and I all hope I get the chance to do it again for you some point in the future. But until that time, please take care and stay safe. I love and appreciate all of y'all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Take care until then.